I guess are things progressing the way you would like them to so far?
We are making progress, and we're excited about that. We're still not anywhere close to being where we need to be, but as far as making progress, getting better every day, we feel like we've made some incremental growth here in the last couple of weeks since we've started. Today we were a little bit short on bodies. We got some strep going around and a bad back, and some other ailments right now, so we were a little bit short on bodies. Thank goodness for the guy squad that they can come in and provide us with some competition. So, but as far as our growth, we're certainly making it on both sides of the ball.
It seems like a lot of the girls here were sort of recruited to fit the previous system that was here. I mean,
right.
How have they sort of bought it and bought it?
Well, we haven't changed. You know, the wing ball screen or the high ball screen offense, like I've said before, I mean, we've ran that at other places. That's not a new offense. You know, a lot of other universities run that. So we haven't gone away from that, but we have added another continuity offense that doesn't have the wing ball screens in it, simply because you know, once you're able to scout that, we're going to play against opponents that are going to trap it, that are going to switch it, and we have to have a counter to going away from that and being able to be successful with another offense. So we've just put that in. It's still in the early stages, but at some point I think it's going to be really good to us.
Is some of the offense based off of Loren's abilities with the ball?
Well, Laren and Taylor Agler, you know, Taylor's been terrific coming off the ball screens. Tyra Buss has a really tight, really good ball. Is really good, you know, with the ball in her hands. But certainly, you know, we've seen that anytime the ball is in a late game situation, putting the ball in Laren's hands, you know, we found we're going to be able to be successful doing that. But she's also a playmaker. You know, I think Laren is clever enough that she has more to her game than just attack, and I think she can find the open person and create shots for others, which is what you want your best player to be able to do.
How about Kayla? Is she playing this year? What's her situation?
Kayla and both Nicole are right now. We're working with the Big Ten to seek a. It's really called a medical non-counter petition for both of those young ladies. So both Nicole Bell and Kayla Halls will not be playing this year.
What happens?
Well, what happens is that you know, they are no longer going to be able to finish out their playing career, but certainly they're going to finish out their education here and get their degree. And once they get their degree, start working on a master's, both of them.
Is that injury related?
They're both injury related. The thing I can tell you, though, that in both of my conversations with Nicole and Kayla, they very much want to be a part of this basketball team this year, and hence they're at every practice with us, and they give great insight. You know, walking on the sidelines, and they've been in the trenches, you know, in the Big Ten, and they know what that's about. So they can give great insight to our young people. Especially. So they've been terrific, but it's just kind of one of those things that life presents us with some challenges, and for those two, they've handled it tremendously. But they are Hoosiers through and through, and like I said, they really are still very much a part of our basketball program.
Are you able to say what happens with them?
Well, you could probably do your own homework on the list of injuries that Kayla Halls has done. You know, not that I can comment right now, but you know, she's had some just some headache issues right now that have just kind of persisted and have lingered on here. So you know, we're right now. It's probably just it's a family decision and Nicole's decision that she's made to shut it down.
Okay.
What are you guys doing differently defensively this year?
Well, we're not. The thing that is a little bit different. We're playing in the gaps a little bit more. We feel like right now we're really trying to stop penetration, trying to really rely on each other and trust each other, especially off any kind of a ball screen or any kind of penetration. We are going to, in the next couple of days here, be putting in some zone stuff. We feel like, again, we're going to have to be really creative on that end. We're just not very big. And I don't think everybody can walk on the gym and figure that out really quick. That besides Cahill and Jen Anderson, we're pretty small in those other two spots. So we feel like we're going to have to be creative and use some zone, use some man-to-man, and kind of go from there and see what best fits us and fits our group. And it could be based on the personnel we have in the game at the time. We maybe have a better 5 in there that defend better man-to-man than we would, another group that are really good in zone. So we'll figure that out. Moving forward, that's kind of what we have a close scrimmage coming up, and then we have an exhibition game, and then we have your pre-conference schedule, and that's how you kind of figure all that out, in the course of how we're going to attack the Big Ten.
What have you seen from your freshmen, Tyra and Mara, and some of them?
Tyra Buss has been great. She's just so good with the basketball. I think the question for Tyra was how was her body, because her frame's not very big, how that was going to translate to Big Ten play. And she's put on about 10 to 12 really good pounds of muscle. So her body's changed, and that's a good thing. But her ability to get to the basket, attack, and then hit an open 3, she's shown us that she can do that pretty consistently. She doesn't back down from these guys, I can tell you that. And then Jess Walters has been tremendous, especially coming off those ball screens. The thing that I continue to say with Jess is that sometimes it's hard to get freshmen, especially, to play at a tempo and pace every day the same way. And Jess does everything at game-like speed, which is a coach's dream. And she's consistently done that. And then Cahill's just been a great surprise because she has kind of just separated herself from the other post players right now in terms of how she's played, the plays that she's making, and then just her ability, like I said, to knock down an open 3, to rebound the basketball. And then Mara is slowly, catching up. She's going to find time in that 2 or 3 combo spot right now, but those 3 in particular have really shown some really great signs of that they're going to be able to come in and help us early.
Alexis rebounds well for a guard. Does that allow you to play 4 guards?
Well, it's going to have to. We're trying to figure out if, we also feel like Carly's played great. Here in the last 2 weeks, she's made plays. So we feel like we may have some options. Carly may give up in height. She's not going to give up because of just her tenacity. She's competitive. She's strong. And so we're going to have to figure out moving forward. There's no doubt that we may have to look at a 4-guard lineup. And that's great offensively, but it really affects you defensively. And that's where, as I mentioned, we're going to have to try to be kind of creative and figure out how we can guard teams that are bigger than us and rebound.
You're talking about bodies. Talfa is here on the practice squad. Talfa from last year.
Yeah.
I mean, what is she doing here? I guess
she's finishing up her degree, and she's just part of our practice squad that wants to stay in shape, and she has that one class that she's finishing out to graduate. And so that's really cool. But it's nice to have her still around. She obviously played at this level, so she kind of knows, plays a little bit different, defensively. I'm not sure she plays hard every possession, but she didn't have to. She's on the practice squad. So.
Having large guys to go against, does that help your toughness?
Oh, there's no doubt. There's no question that, and we've had guys everywhere we've been, and it's just a great luxury to have. It benefits us now, but it'll really benefit us in January, when we're traveling, where our kids are the challenges of their class load, and just the repetition that they're going to be able to simulate other offenses and keep our kids off their feet. So that's good, and it's good for days like this where we're short bodies. We only have nine players, and so to be able to use them in that kind of capacity helps also.
As far as Laren and Tyra go, you have 2 of the better scorers in the Big Ten potentially.
Right.
How do you see most of your points coming from those 2 at the guard positions?
I hope that's not the case. I'd like to take some pressure off of both of them, especially Laren. That she doesn't feel like, every night the scoring load is going to be on her shoulders. I certainly think that the freshmen are going to help that. I think, obviously there's expectations from Alexis and Carly, but then, Jess Walters and Ty and even Mara, they're going to have to come in and give us some really good minutes. But, one thing we know about all those 4 freshmen, they put up a lot of points in high school. So scoring is not something they're not used to. I'd like to be able to take some of that pressure off of Laren for sure.
Does a lot of your focus on defense then in practice so far?
It has been. It has been a lot of our focus. Probably, I would say, 60-40 right now. We've been spending more time on that end. the floor, and I suspect that moving forward that'll stay the same because, as I mentioned, anytime you want to be creative defensively, you got to spend time, you know, on how that's going to look and what that's going to be. So, you know, we'll continue to spend time. But like I said, we've made great progress for sure.
It seems like there's still some unanswered questions about Kurt Miller's departure. Do you feel like they've moved on from that, or do they still have questions? Or
I think without question. I think this whole group has moved on, and we wish Kurt nothing but the best. But you know, they're looking forward. This is a really, really excited group that obviously starts with Hoosier Hysteria this Saturday, and then you know, we're going to have a post scrimmage the following weekend. They're ready to beat up on somebody else, so this is a group, like I said, they've banded together when all that went down, and they've stuck together throughout this whole transition, and they've done a tremendous job and have shown tremendous maturity and poise, and we're just proud of the way they've handled themselves.
As far as Hoosier Hysteria goes, what are your plans for that? Are you doing a three-point contest or just a scrimmage?
Yeah, I think there's, well, we're not scrimmaging. We're going to practice through like a 45-minute shoot-around. We'll already have practiced that morning, and then I think we're involved with a three-point shooting contest.
Okay.
And then the men are doing all the scrimmages. We're just going to shoot, which is what this group likes to do.
And do you know who's participating in that?
You know, I don't. There's 6 of them. You know, you got some kids that have asked not to. I don't know if they have stage fright or what, you know, they'll be all of them can really shoot it. But there'll be some good shooters up there. I don't know. We'll have to ask Liz or Ryan the list of names. But like I said, I think there's 6 of them that will be participating.
For you as a coach in your first Hoosier Hysteria, what are you most looking forward to?
Well, I think as a staff, we're all excited. You know, we hear about it, and again, you know, with the twittering and all that you know, we've read a lot of tweets about what this night's all about. So I can tell you this: we're going to be as probably giddy and as excited as our players are, just about the number of people that are going to be here and the excitement for Indiana basketball. So we're really looking forward to it. I know our kids are.
Being a new coaching staff, I mean, what have you guys done to really try to bond with the players in these first few
I just
weeks?
think we spent time with them, whether it's at the football game, whether it's a volleyball game. They've been really great about being in the office a lot. And then, you know, we've had 2-day practices where we brought in food afterwards, and we've just tried to spend time together and play catch-up. Because like I said, there's no question that when we got here in August, we were behind in a lot of areas. The relationship part of it was where we were really behind, just getting to know our players. And so there's a trust there, and I don't think without a doubt it's a that they have in us and we have in them, and you know, we're just excited about growing every day, each day together as a group, and they've been, like I said, a lot of fun to work with, and you know, I think that they would tell you, at least I hope they would tell you, that they're growing as people, and they're growing as players, and they're growing as a basketball team.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.